Muted now? Oh, we're muted. Okay, sorry about that. I added 15 minutes. I realized there was a window in which I could mow a little spot in the yard that hadn't been mowed in a while because of flooding. Then I got my new keyboard for my Ubuntu setup. I have, oh there, I have a keyboard, or I had a keyboard for it, but it was an old Microsoft Natural keyboard, old thing, and it wasn't wireless. Since it's not a gaming system, I figured I'd use a wireless keyboard. It's just a lot cleaner. Oh, fire cleaner connected. The cat is Oscar or Caesar. It's actually Cadius, and he's not. There we go. Cadius, yes. Hey, Dragon Hunter. How's it going? Yeah, so that's why the additional 15. So I'll just go ahead and get started. Let me turn down, since I was supposed to start earlier. Go and I'll drag this down here. I got some extra new music too. Well, new music, some actual music I'm able to stream. I don't know if you heard of him, but his name is Popsky. He sold a couple of mega packs, like 100 songs each, or close to that, on Bandcamp, and they're really good video game music stuff. So I threw him some dollars and got those, and they're stream safe as long as you attribute them to him. Lovely thing, isn't it? Yes. So that should last a while anyway. So oh, you did learn a little bit of Godot, huh? Yeah, Godot's not too bad. It's not too bad. You know, I've said before, I'm a Unity guy. Well, that's what I'm used for the most part, but it's just hard to ignore this cute little open source game engine that you can contribute to if you want to, which I've done a couple of patches, little small things, but it's pretty cool to be able to find a bug and fix it or suggest a fix. So that's nice. What I was fiddling around with doing last time, and I think it's recorded. That was the last episode. Was coming up with a way to basically save the world state. I have a way to save the things that are in the character, so the things that are in your inventory. But when you pick items up out of the world, suppose I put a potion down like this, which I have here, you know. I want a way to save those. And actually, that should be snapping. Is that snapping now? Actually, rather it probably snapped to like a 16 by 16 grid, probably. A 16 by 16 would be nice. So that would be in accordance with what we're. Isn't that right? I believe with 16 by 16 grid. So it would be nice to be able to place the items on the map and not have to worry about placing them after the fact or whatever, or placing a little blip that says if he hasn't picked up a sword, place the sword here. So the idea is to basically save the state of all of the items that are placed within a scene. And what I had done is I had taken the, let's see, where was that? And I've also changed the way that this folder structure is. So I've kind of put everything together, the scripts and the scenes. Is it? Okay. Thanks for telling me. Let me turn this up a little bit, and we'll turn this down. How's that? Is that a little better? Hopefully. Or is the volume still too loud? He's down pretty far now. Yeah, just good. Yes, excellent. So what I want to do is what I had started doing, and I kind of ripped some of it out, but what I wanted to do was every item that you place down, I wanted a sort of a globally unique identifier. That way I could check in a dictionary, basically, and see if you had picked that item up, or if that item had been destroyed, or if it had been moved. And then on the scene, upon scene load, destroy or move those particular items with the corresponding globally unique identifier. It's been a while since I've looked at this stuff, but I'll show you what the code looks like. And I thought, yeah, see, that should be, that little fella should be right there, and he should be there as well. So any of these scripts, like I said, I'm trying to keep sort of everything within the same directory structure. We'll see how that works out. But I've got this interactable script, and I've got it set. So I've got this ID function. Well, actually, the ID is different. There's an ID, and then for the, so that's just extends an area 2D. Then I've got this pickupable script, and it extends the interactable script. That's just the same thing as saying it derives from it. And here it is. This is the unique identifier for a particular instance of this object. So if I, if you instantiate this thing, if you make one of these, and it doesn't have a UUID, then it makes one. And I've got this get UUID function in the data class, and I have the data class up here. I do, and it's just a bunch of random bytes. It's basically very similar to a GUID. You can look a GUID up, and it's just like, I think it's 16 bytes. So I'm generating that, and then we stick it in the pickupable. And I might have to move it to the interactable, we'll see, but right now it's in the pickupable script. And yeah, so that's kind of crummy. So right now I have this set as a tool, because a tool, if you guys know this, if you set things as a tool like this, then it will execute like the init and things of that nature in the editor. So I'm wondering why I didn't. I wonder why I didn't have it here. Let's do something crazy. I think the only interactables I have are yeah. There were some issues with the tool stuff interacting with the singletons. Apparently they haven't quite figured out how they want to do that. Let's do some interesting things here. Am I ever going to finish my Love 2D series? Yeah. You know, there's some things that have changed since I started that. Since they've come out with version 11. There's several things that have changed. I probably need to go back and at least update the code for that. Maybe do a few episodes of that. And the goal was to get a complete sort of a playable game of sorts using the systems that we'd created. So that's definitely a possibility, but you know, I don't have any firm plans to do that at this point. We might look into it though. Let's see. Let's see if we can make the pickupable object a tool, and see if we get this in the debugger. Yeah, we get some weird stuff going on. Because some of the tool stuff, especially the way I have it, it doesn't activate itself until you actually load the scene. Yeah, some changes in Love 2D version 11, but not a lot of breaking changes. I think there's one that was the, what is it? The graphics color, which used to be 0 to 255, and now it's 0 to 1. It's like a floating point number. So that would be one of the things I would need to change in the. That's easy. That's an easy one. But you're right. There's not a lot of breaking. I didn't think there was a lot of breaking changes. Yeah. See, I get this now when I do that. So basically, what I would love to do is make I would love to make this pick upable thing the tool, but you can see it for some reason it does not like that at all, because that's where all my stuff is. See, there's the generate UUID when you enter the tree. You don't already have one, but this is what was working, which was I had to indicate to all of my objects that I wanted to place that they were tools instead of the other way around. Right now all I have is a potion and a sword as the pick upable stuff. And one of the things that one of the things that, yeah, could not load base class pick upable. Oh yeah, that may be the main reason, because I moved some of this stuff, didn't I? This is now in the same place as the sword script, and this is in the same place as the potion script. So maybe there is hope here. Let's see if we can load, see if we can run it real quick. I would use Godot, but it doesn't make sense to me, as does Love2D. I really enjoy Lua. Lua's, I don't know why, but I really like Lua as a scripting language. So the idea of developing a game with it, quite cool to me. That was one of the reasons why I started the series, because I looked at Love2D. I looked at the Corona game engine, which is free now. And I looked at another one, Kideros, I think it is, and I found that Love2D had the best joystick support, which is what I was looking for at the time. It is enchanting. Maybe that's why it's named Moon. What is that? Isn't it Moon in Portuguese? What it is. Okay, what do we have that's not right here? See, those are not. Oh wait. Oh yeah, of course. That is wrong. That's what I want. That's what I want. So I don't know. Maybe I'm an unusual person. I like, you know, I enjoy Unity. I love C#, but I really enjoy Lua, and I occasionally enjoy C, C++, and then I like this Python-y stuff too. This is true. This is definitely true. When you Google something with that word love in it, it kind of messes up the search. It can, yes. I found though that when you say Love2D all one word, it generally produces better results than putting those separate. So you probably don't want to do an image search or anything like that with love space 2D. That worked. That actually worked. Okay, so let me go back and remove the tool declaration from my two interactable or pickupable objects, and let's add the tool keyword here and see if we can actually get that to work. And see, look at that. Wow. Oh yeah, sure. We've got to do this like that. Now will you work? Let's see if it'll even run. This is what I want. I want that stuff to execute during the editor. So when you place something in a tree, it grabs a UUID. Could not load base class. Oh, well, of course, we're doing this as the NPC. And he's actually, this script is now in interactables. There we are. We're trying to give it a run again. Come on. Yep, okay. So look, see? There's my UUIDs. But you see they're showing up as null here. Let me unload the scene and we'll reload that scene. Check and see it didn't work. See, they're right here. but I'm not seeing them here. Right, so, and you see right, that's where it's, that's where I'm getting the print. Yeah, that's right, you can do that. You can actually right click on the file for the script that you want, and you can say copy path, and then all you have to do is just paste it wherever you want, which is really kind of a neat thing. It's one of those things that I didn't realize until I think I found it in the docs somewhere. But I mean, you know, it's right there in the right click menu, copy path. Quite handy. You are absolutely correct. But everything I think is connected okay now. It's just that tool isn't working. I think exported variables don't update in the editor. Well, I kind of thought so too, but see, if I take my tool declaration out of the pickupable, and I had it working like this, copy like this. So I will toolify my potion and the sword, and then we'll unload. You may be right. You could be correct, but it was actually loading and saving those little fellows. Yeah, see, there's the UUID now. So they're generating, and then I can save it. And so if we went to the sword, 67A7D, so I'll close this and open it back up. And it should be the same, 67A7D. See, that's what I want. So but I'm not sure why I have to do it on every every individual pickupable derived object. Like I said, I want to do it over here, but it's not letting me do that. Yeah, it is pretty cool. So I guess, I don't know, I guess for now we'll just leave it. And then we'll look into what I was doing. It's been a couple of weeks. What I was doing for the save stuff. And that's in data. So I've got save, data. So I have this user data. And you see that's where I will save it eventually, under this user colon, which is guaranteed to be writable area, supposed to be platform independent and all that. And right now I'm just saving it in the resource, the resource root. So I don't have one saved here, but that's where it would go. And I've got the save and the load function, and of course I've got the UUID stuff right there too for generating those unique identifiers. It seemed to work only if I toolify, and maybe that, oh, that I think I did look into that. I think the tool, I don't think the tool keyword is inherited when you inherit from a class. And at first I thought, that's crazy. It should inherit if the parent object or the base object is a tool, then the derived object should be a tool also. But the more I thought about it, the more I figured maybe not actually. So yeah, that's I'm remembering that now, because I actually had gone into the code, the source code, and found where they were doing this stuff. And yeah, so that's what's going on. It's still kind of crummy to have to, I mean, it's just one word. It's just one line. So you just have to remember to do it, I suppose. So back to the data. So if we save, see, I've encrypted it just because. Where's my password? Oh yeah, it was just basically it's sort of encrypted to the operating system. You can get this unique ID identifier, a lovely little function, and just use that to encrypt it, so that basically it's only openable on a particular computer. That's kind of neat. Anyway, that's the way it is right now. Don't really have to do that. We just do an open, plain old open, and a plain old save and a plain old open. But right now I was just messing around with that, and it works, which is pretty cool. Actually, let's let's undo that for now. Or development. Yeah. We'll just go with that. No encryption. And then I'll just do a complete, just a simple file .store var, and then the data, which is just a dictionary. It does. Oh yeah, exactly. Yes, that's right. When you're searching for stuff, that's what I was talking about before. You just type the whole thing, no space, and it seems to, Google seems to understand that. Good point. The stuff I was saving was in Manager, and I think the data was. Where was that? That's the dialogue stuff. There's my sun stuff, which is not enabled right now. There, save. Save data.inventory, dialogue updates. So I've got it saving what scene you're on, your inventory, your dialogue updates, your left and right quick slot, the player position, whatever scene he was in. And I had it's been a while since I've thought about this. Dude, I want to pull the scene name out because I think I want to use it later. We're gonna probably do some stuff with the scene name. So we would say inventory, dialogue updates, left and right quick slot, player position, and scene name. Those are sort of outside of the scene data, independent of sorts. You could argue that dialogue updates could be saved, but within a scene. But I don't think I'm going to do that. What I wanted to do was something like this: save data dot scenes dot scene name equals some sort of dictionary that basically had the UUIDs of all these little fellas. Oh man, I should have really thought about this before I started. Well, rethought about it. There's the dialogue database, which we save the changes to that. Yeah, just in the UI dialogue updates. I think the save data.scenes was the world, or let's call it, instead of world items, actually let's search and see there. We've got it in 2 places. How crazy is that? Get rid of that one. I think that's all I got right now. Okay, let's call it scene items. That's really what it is. So what we would want to do is, when we save data.scenes .scene name, we would say equals scene items. And then when we load, we would say scene items equals loaded data dot scenes. We're gonna need the scene name again. Scenes of scene name. So what we're trying to do again is remember the objects that are in a particular scene, the things that you can pick up, and figure out if they should be destroyed or if they should be moved. Because once they're in the player's inventory, they kind of become something completely different anyway. So when you pick it up, it shouldn't be there. Or it's not there. And we need to destroy them. Destroy. And I cannot for the life of me remember how I was going to do that. I have some particles there. I've got to figure out how to do that, because whenever you do a tool, if you refer to a singleton, it really gets upset. We could undo all those. Save it. It's not going to like that, if I remember correctly. It won't like it at all. As a matter of fact, I believe the potion just redid its UUID. Actually, let's check. Maybe they fixed that since, because I've got the latest version of everything. Let's close our scene. Open it back up. Potions are still okay. But one of the bad things, I guess, it looks like... Wait, is the sword still 67A70? Anytime you make a change to this script, looks like it's resetting those UUIDs. You have to make a script, and the only purpose of that script is to produce a UUID, and basically don't fool with it anymore so that it doesn't recompile. When it recompiles, it doesn't regenerate that UUID. That's what it looks like just happened. Maybe not. We'll see. Okay. I didn't have anything here. I didn't have anything in here. I think the place I was going to do that was in manager. What I was... The manager is a singleton. So he gets loaded first. So maybe I need, I'm trying to remember what I was thinking. I think when any item gets its ready signal, it should ask the manager I'm not sure. Update. Let's say update from, say, database maybe, and we'll say item. And what we can do is we have the scene items. And I really should go back and watch what yes. Yes, you wanted to not respawn picked items added in the editor when the game is loaded. Yeah, I actually want to delete them because they'll be there. Yeah, that was the problem in the last video. Yes. Yes, exactly. And I kind of went down that path recorded that video, and then I kind of backed a lot of that stuff out, and then in a few weeks I thought about it. I do remember that we went down a path, and turned out that I did indeed need to have some sort of unique identifier in order to be able to tell whether or not to delete these things or to move them or whatever. So the scene items would be, so we could say indexed by the UUID. And then that would give us, perhaps it should give us an object. I don't know, let's just say delete. So that could be true, false, or it could have a new position, and that would be like a vector 2. Yeah? So now that is fixed with the UUID. Yes, I think so. I think it is, as long as those UUIDs will stay and not be regenerated, which, like I said, we may have to shove all that stuff into another class and attach it some other way. But yes, that's the idea. I figured out what was going on with why they weren't coming up, and it was because that the derived classes don't grab the tool keyword. You have to actually put it specifically, even for the derived classes. So yeah, I kind of like this. So we can then say if our scene items has the item UUID, if it has information, we want it, and we want to also then say, well, let's get it. We'll call it item info equals scene items item. And then we'll ask two questions. We'll say, well, if item info has, let's say if it even has the key delete, then we will okay, yeah, so okay, sorry, remember how to do that. So we'll queue free that item, so we want to get rid of it. Otherwise, if item info has position, then item dot, and I'm not good with this. Is it position? Plain old position? Because I cannot remember. Let's do a quick search real quick. Finding files. Don't worry about matching the cake. Oh no! Just crashed it. Boom. Global position. Okay, yeah, it's global underscore position. You are, yes, that sounds familiar. Global position. So we'll set the global position as soon as I drag the editor back up here. Rashly. Look. No, it didn't. Isn't that lovely? So what was it? If scene items dot as item dot UUID, then we're going to do some stuff, and we'll say item info retyping what I had typed before, equals scene items of item.uuid. Then if item info has delete, if it has a key called delete, then we will delete it. I'm thinking I might get me a. I have a membrane switch keyboard. I'm thinking I might get a real. What do they call it? A mechanical switch keyboard. I've been looking at those things. Yeah. I don't know. This little guy feels like he's pretty loud when I'm typing, and I would rather that noise not be in the videos. Of course, I don't think realistically that I can get it out completely, but I would like to get some of this noise out. So that's what I'm looking into, and I've kind of narrowed it down. Mechanical will be really loud. Well, I mean, this guy's pretty loud. He's kind of a cheap keyboard. There are, you may know about a bunch of them, but there's the cherry switches. So there's the cherry blacks, the cherry blues, different kinds of switches. There are these cherry red silents, and I spent actually way too long on Saturday looking into some of that stuff, and they're actually pretty cool. A lot quieter than I thought they would be. So I might have to look into it. Although I did get this. This new keyboard for my Linux setup, which I was hoping I would be able to stream from today, but I just didn't have time to finish setting it up. Got Ubuntu set up on my old machine, and actually I've already have Godot set up. I just don't have the streaming stuff set up, and I got the keyboard, the wireless keyboard and mouse today. They came in, which is awesome. And it's actually a pretty nice little keyboard, all wireless. It's supposed to work with Ubuntu out of the box, so we'll see how that works out. But anyway, we'll see what happens. So I haven't ordered anything yet, other than just this keyboard. And if I like this keyboard, maybe I'll just get one of these. Although, like I said, I don't game with. Hello, how are you? Ahoy! Yes. Meridin YT, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah, I don't. I don't anticipate doing a lot of gaming with the Ubuntu system. That's more for development. Most of the gaming stuff I do is on Windows, so I have corded keyboard and mouse. I guess, you could argue that I may not even need that, but anyway, that's sort of the thought pattern there. So, if the scene has the item, then we'll tell it what to do, and so if that item info has position, it will reset the position of that item, right? If we've moved it. And then we need an else, and that else would be, well, we don't have that item in our scene items dictionary. We need to put it in there. We would say scene items of item UID. How would I do that? If I don't want to, I just want to. I guess I could just have it. Yeah, I'll just stick an empty object in there right now, because when you first pull it up, I don't even need to. I don't even need to do anything. Well, the scene items is just a dictionary, so we're trying to keep track of whether or not. Well, what state the object should be in. And then what I would do in the pickupable would be I would probably add a let's try this. I'm gonna do it right here. Update from database. So. Yeah, it's in the scene already. Yeah, so it basically will be asking, should we delete this object or what? And actually, probably don't even need this yet. And now I'm trying to remember. Well, I guess I could just look at signals available, right? I want to know when. Right. Actually, okay. So we could say update from database here because we want to know what's going on with it. And then if we drop it, we want to do an update from database also. Maybe we don't. Maybe we want a different. Let's do a different method. Makes more sense. Let's say func. I'm just gonna throw out a name here. I can always change it. Write to database. Item. And maybe we'll have a bool that says should delete. Won't use that yet. Basically, what we'll do is we'll just say the following. Is. So let's just do it the shorthand. Dot position equals item dot global position. Like that. Yes. So we'll go back here. And when we drop it, say update from database self, and we'll say no, we don't want to delete it. We'll say write to data. Sorry, write to data. We want to write, not write to data. Did I put that? I want write to database. So we probably should, if this is write to database, this should probably be read from database, yes? Alright, let's run it and see if see that error, sir. I see that. Let's run it and see. Oh no! Okay, where is that? That's not the right. It should be a dot. Did I have that anywhere else? We'll find out. Wow, okay. Do we have any errors? No. But see, look, my sword is regenerated itself. This UUID has been regenerated. I don't. Not what we want. I don't want that. Why did you regenerate? Matter of fact, where did they go? Where did my... That indicates an issue. I believe that indicates an issue. It's probably due to my reference to the manager class, since it is... Well, I mean, wow. Let's try this. We'll comment these fellows out. Resave. It's gone. See, that's not right. And our little UUID section is gone as well. What did we do? What did I do to screw that up? I'm just gonna... Didn't do much here. We just did those two things and I just commented them out, so it must be... Sword wasn't... We didn't change the sword at all, so the sword we should... Potion. We didn't change either of those. We didn't change the potion or the sword. We just changed the manager. So we're not calling either of these. Not now. I've got it all commented out. I mean, I could do that. I could try that. I could remove them from the scene. Delete them. We'll drag them back in. Let's just drag one back in. We really only need one of these little fellas. Now, is the... See? We're not there. My UUID isn't showing up anymore, and I don't have any errors. There are no errors. Hold on. I'm gonna grab all of this. I'm gonna undo. I'm gonna undo that. We're gonna do a little bit of... Just gonna paste that into VS Code. Save that. What I probably should do is... grab my untitled stuff and put it back. Let's unload the scene and reload it just for... Me sword. There's me sword. But... I don't see my UUID. Well, the UUID prints. I mean, I do have a print in there, and it prints. It's just not showing here, which it's supposed to. I mean, it should. It tells me there's something weird going on. I'll show you where I have the print. It is right here. So when I run it, you'll see that come across the screen there, down here. It will see sold. It gives it a new UUID, which I should be able to see, but I can't. Oh, there it is. But it should be available. It should be available here in the editor, and it's not. That's the issue. I mean, I could come over here to the let's say the sword, and I could export a different variable and call it test. Save it, and we should see that over here. I don't see it. Really strange. Remove the tool from there. then let's delete it from the scene. Pull it back. Whoops, wrong one. Stored. Right here. Stored. See, there they are. There they are. What happened? That's strange. Very strange. Let me get rid of this. Of course, I've got... Now see, there it is. UUID. It updated. If I put tool back in, does it go away? Have an issue? Yes? No? Doesn't look like it. Let's see what happens when we run again. Good. It should give itself new UUID because it was null. But with the tool keyword, yeah, I tried that too. That was the what I wanted to do. But looking at the source code of Godot, it doesn't inherit that tool keyword. Any of the derived classes, they don't inherit the tool keyword from any base classes. So you actually have to put tool for anything that's derived from another GD script that has tool in it. If you want it to be executed in the editor, you have to specifically stick the word tool in there. So I'm going to delete it because it was before I had put the tool back. So we'll drag him in again. Let's see. See there? There. That's our UUID. So if we save it, leave, then let's come back. Check that. It's still there. Okay. Yeah. So that's something I want to figure out because that's a weak. That's not going to work because I'm going to want to be messing with these scripts all the time. And when I recompile one of these scripts, I don't want the UUIDs to change on me, which is what happened apparently. Let's add this back in though. Then we'll add a couple of things to potion and potion for fun and profit. Yeah, some do say extends editor script. I think there's a difference into I have looked at that. I think the editor scripts are only for the editor, but if you add tool to a regular script, then you can execute some of its code in the editor, and then it still appears in your game as well. That's my perhaps incorrect understanding of it, but I did look into the editor scripts a little bit, and I think the tool was the way that it looked to me like I should go. Oh, and to see, did these see they're the sword is right. The potions now don't have the why doesn't the potion have it? It's got tool, and yet sword, we got the UUID going on. Tool, or the potion, we don't. Potion, we don't. There's our potion. Lovely little fellow, eh? I'm thinking, yeah, I think it may be. I think it may be. But I want to let's extract out. Probably should have done this before. Let's extract out the UUID functionality from the pick-upable class, and we would call it. I guess we just call it a UID, and that way we can put everything in there. And then we'll just have to attach that to, we can just attach it as a separate script to another node on the object. That would work. That should work, and that may be cleaner anyway. So let's explore that one. So I'm gonna call it UUID. I could call it GUID. I'm more familiar with GUID. Let's just call it GUID. So this extends node, and that's fine. And then we just want to take, I'm going to call it good. We'll call it good. We'll just take all of that junk out of here, and we'll put it into, and we're going to make this the tool. And we'll just grab this, and this is not, won't be needed in the pick up bubble object anymore. We will put it here, so when this little fella enters the tree, he generates a UUID if he needs one. That's the idea. So we'll grab this fellow, and so we'll just move it. Yes, exactly. Thank you. It is. I'm glad you agree. Generate UUID. So call it again GUID. I just like GUID better. I feel better with GUID instead of UUID. GUID's easier to say. And let's take these little fellers out of the data class, and we'll put it, since that's the functionality is really should be in here. The only place that we're really going to use it, let's leave it in here. And we're going to need to clean some stuff up, of course. I'm going to comment this out for now. We'll have to figure that one out. So the potion no longer needs to be a tool. And neither does the sword. No more tools. Just have a direct script that's a tool. And then we can add a specific node in our object. And honestly, we'll make it a node, I think. And I'm keen to call that node data. As in Star Trek, data. Not really. And then we should be able to attach a script to our data. And we'll say, I want, under plain old scripts, and that is GUID. We're up. There's our GUID script. And we should see this here in data. I don't see it. Yeah, maybe the tool has some issues, the tool keyword itself. Not sure. Not sure. Where? That was on potion. Oh, okay. So if we go back to the game, we get rid of our 2 potions. Potion 1 and potion 2. Let's drag one in. Check it out. And yeah, of course we can't see. We can't see inside of the, but it should have printed a little message there. Should have printed our message for us. A tool that extends node. You enter the tree, generate your GUID. How about this? Let's just tell it, or let's say generated. Otherwise, for debugging purposes, it'll say that. So, look. Manager not found. Right here. Yeah, that is the issue with tools, is they cannot refer to singletons. How crazy, man. Is that crazy or what? Yeah, that's an old issue too, and it hasn't gotten hardly any attention. So we have to take that out. That's crummy, man. So crummy. So let's do a reset here. See if that helped us out. Still feel like I should see a print function. Oh, cutting. Let's do this. Print. Ready. We go again. Look at that. Didn't rename those. It didn't. It should have told me that. Oops. Let me get good. And it's not data anymore. It's us. Yeah, man. Okay, some issues there. There was some issues. Really clear here. Alright, try this again. Potion. Ooh, 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 ooh. What's weird is whenever you yeah, that's what I should have done. Control R to replace. Sometimes I just get going and then I just don't stop. I don't think. What's weird, and I did see this with the drag and drop stuff, I was looking at the source. Whenever you drag an object into the scene, it like, it's almost like it adds it to the tree, or it sends those signals even though it hasn't been added to the tree yet. And then when you let go, you get, which is fine. I mean, that's still going to work for us. That's why we're getting both of these. Because it like generates a temporary copy or something like that, and then whenever you let it go, it must generate another copy. I'm not sure if that works, but so that is working. So let's get rid of these, and I think I want to get rid of this as well. Then, basically, we'll need to grab the sword theme, and we'll add another component, a node. Hold it. Again, data. We will attach. Fluid script. You're up. Order up. All right. So we got some data on the sword, we got some data on the potion. Now let's see if we can make that junk work. So we'll stick its sword back in and we get goodness here. Wondering why I didn't keep that snap turned on. Data generated. Let me do exit and then reload that scene just to make sure. It did not. Save. Exit. Yeah, I mean I did. I exported it. That's why it should work. See? Export. You're right. And that's what's weird is I'm not seeing it. I mean, even if I go back into here, go into the sword this time. if I load the sword scene, there's data. There's my GUID. So I'm confused. Load the potion. Or we're getting a GUID there. We just can't look inside of this. Can't really get. That's undid there. Right, there's no need to really I don't think there's a need to export it. I just wanted to see it. Yes, exactly. That is correct. Look at that scene. What it looks like in here. We should be able to see that. I think. See those GUIDs. For the sword. I don't. So do I need... Okay, so maybe then I need to... I don't know, because it's a... Very... Maybe I need to export it to the top level. Is that kind of what you're thinking? Maybe. This shouldn't be this hard, by the way. I don't think. Let's check out the GUID. Time to go eat. All right. Eat well. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure why that data, the data for that script is, why isn't it getting saved? Nothing here. Nothing. And you could argue yeah, no, that's a possibility, is that since this GUID is generated, maybe it needs to be nulled out. Saved. Then you come back in here. Get rid of these. Grab the sword scene. Create it. Let's save it. It generates the data again. And the sword, there is no Turkey. That's what I say. Turkey. That was my... It's almost 2 weeks ago. Goodness. So since it's not on the top level script, it's not getting saved. Is that what I'm seeing? There's my potion. There's my data. Because it's one of the things that I don't necessarily like about Godot is the fact that I can't put multiple, I guess, scripts on the same object, although I guess the architecture is just different than Unity. This would be really simple with Unity. And I would figure that if it's a static function, that you should be able to use those things. Even if it's a singleton that hadn't been loaded, if it's a static function, you should be able to get to it. So maybe I changed the way that I approach this. Perhaps. Sure did think that would be a good idea, though. If I can still leave that type out. I always forget the syntax for set get. GD script set get. Please, let's set get. Set get. Actually under GD script somewhere. Boom. Somewhere down there. Set get. Or is it just set get? I don't remember. Yeah, that's what the problem is. There you go right there. So we want to say it's null, and then we'd say set get. Set good, get good. Have a function. Set good, and a value. Okay. Actually, I won't put it all in one time. Good equals value. There we are. Nice, yes. Wonderful. And then we would have one called function get good. This one I guess we would just say this. Generate. This is probably not going to work. I'm just warning you. And return good. And as you can see, the output here is not... Oh, is it this? That was a comma. That good. That good. Oh, it must be this. You must not be able to declare a type. Oh, yeah. It is. Get good right there. Let's call this. Instead of get good, let's call it generate. That's really what it is. It's a generate good. So, we'll do that. And all will be right with the world. Oh, I see. Cute. Let's do this. Generate good if no. Let's put that up here. It's more explanatory of what's going on. Let's see if I can put that string back. Nope. He don't like that. We ain't gonna type him. Not like that. Alright, is that all gone now? I'm not really sure that that's gonna... I'm not really sure that that's going to help us, because... I don't know. Let's do this. Call it UUID. And when No. We don't even need... Yeah, we don't need any of that stuff. Get rid of it all! Get rid of the enter tree and generate UUID. Get rid of all of those items. Don't need them. We don't need them. Now let's think about this. I could say if init is just when it's created. Does that work even if... Don't remember if that works when you initially put an item in the game. It does not. I think that only comes into play whenever you play the scene. See it. Yeah. So that's when an object gets created. Got about 24 more minutes. Darn it. See, if I do this, I bet that this has changed. Our sword and potion. Add our sword back. Save it. And there we have a UUID. But it has to be in that top level parent script. That's a load. It's a load of garbage, if you ask me. Load of garbage. Now, if I had a a signal of some sort. That would be great. Ooh, that's a good one. We'll need that. We'll need him later. Close some of these. I believe I just closed. I did. I closed our potion. So this UUID okay. Let's see what happens if I make this a tool as well. Not liking the gyrations that I'm gonna have to go through to get this system to work. Yeah, there's nothing there. We do get the UUID here now. It's not. That's not. It's not what I want. Unless we maybe when we let's say we have a data node, but we don't have a script attached to it. I'm not sure how to detach. Oh, right here. Detach that script. Sword is the same also. Detach that script. So I'm going to do some tests. So print init. And let's go see print enter tree as well. I think perhaps we don't need the tool here, but instead let's play with the sword here. So maybe we need to go back to the tool, and then when we enter the tree right here, we could say $data. We attach a script to it. Attach script at runtime. Not Unity. I want Godot. 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 I think you have to preload it. Script itself. I think I could say const GUID and I wouldn't we don't want that anymore. Don't need that either. We don't any longer. No more tools. So we could preload our GUID script. I think it will let me do that, even though this is a tool. Am I right? We'll have to find out. So this is a tool. Preload that script. And when we enter the tree, we would say data equals GUID.new. Can't assign to an expression. Why is it talking about that? Comment that out. I know that's not what we're dealing with here. But the sword, 16, can't assign to an expression. 16. This. Oh, yeah, sure. But how do... Yes. Is there? Okay, so can I just say script? That script. Ah, there it is. So could we say if $sum data dot get script equals null? Is that a fair thing to say? You say. So then if we come back here, we'll remove the potion, but we're still... Where do we put that? We put it in the sword, didn't we? Gosh. We put it in the sword. So let's try it. Let's try it. I believe... Hold on. Hold on. So we're here. Where was that init coming from? Did we have that? I had that in where? Where did I have that? Here, GUID. I did? I did, yes, of course. So... That's a load right there. Okay, so we could say let's go back to this. Is it export? Okay. So the other way around. Kapling. Like that. Yes. Go away. There we are. I'm not really sure how this is going to do us much good, but let's pop a sword in there. There's a good. remove the data. I don't think that's going to work. Most unfortunate, yes? Okay. Let's just back up and punt. Bolts. We can say if our GUID is null, then that we would want this. So this really wouldn't have any of this. I need to... Crikey! Shoot. Let's rename. Close. Let's rename that script. Let's rename it to width. Let's see if we can't make this like a general purpose sort of. May still not, probably still won't solve our issue, but we'll see. So what we would do is we wouldn't do that here. We would. Why not? Oh, that's why. It's not. It doesn't. Take that. Put that in pickupable. That here. Let's do that. Make it capital. Yeah, we're still having issues with sword. I know. It doesn't like this. So if GUID equals to null, then we'll say GUIDs dot generate GUID. Satisfied. Sword. That. The game has a sword, which is null. Let's delete it. We may be back where we started. I don't know. That's about all we're gonna have time for today. But in any case, this is how programming goes. Yes. As your sword. It is still null. Sword. I don't need this. Sword. Enter tree if GUID is null. And generate. Oh, and of course. GUID equals GUIDs.generate GUID. And I don't have. So we could say var GUID equals print generate. Actually, let's not do that. Let's not do that. This should just return the GUID. Just return the GUID. And our sword. That's where we would just do that here. Print name plus, and then we would just print the GUID here. Like so. Go back in here. Grab a sword. Our UUID, so I'm going to save it. And let's go back to our game scene, and you see it has a GUID. Okay, so get rid of the game. We've already done this once, let's see. So let's clear this. It should not generate another GUID. And it didn't. Blimey. But I think my issue is if I change the script on the sword, I I think it will regenerate. Maybe not. Hopefully not. Let's play it and see if it generates new food, because I changed that script. It did not. Okay. It always kills me. I just added tool, added the tool keyword to our pick upable. What I really want is I want this to be part of the pick upable. Let's remove the tool keyword here just briefly. Just briefly. Still have GUID here. Let's run it and make sure that it gets generated. Alright. Getting close to time. Okay. I do the tool. Wrong button. Save. Tool. No, it doesn't like that. Tool used more than once. Oh, it is. Sorry. There. Save. Still doesn't like it. Cyclic. Compile. Script not fully loaded. Cyclic preload. Pick up. Oh, look. Didn't give me an error that time. That's a lovely thing. I want this. Then we need to go dot / enter tree. The dot will call the base version of the function, so it should call enter tree here, so that we don't lose this. Oops. Undo that. Yeah. So now the sword is a tool. Potion. Up. Potion should be a tool as well. Don't like that. Again, that's probably going to screw everything up. Let's remove the sword. Then we'll re-add it as well as a few other items. Interactables. Potion. There is our GUID. Add a sword. Here is our GUID for the sword. Another potion over here. Save it. Let me go look at this, and here's our goods. Let's go in game, scene, and then we'll reload it once again. And there should be no generations, and look at that. Silly thing. Okay. Alright, well, we'll leave it that way for now. But the other issue will be... Well, we're kind of back where we had started, aren't we? Yeah, I think we will... I think we'll leave it like this. I want to rename this though. I gotta get the whoops. Gotta get the correct capitalization here, because all my other stuff is capitalized and that was not. So you'd capitalize that, and which means we'll need to come in here and say this to this. And we should again be good. Be good. A potion. Those all look fine. And it did not regenerate those. It will still come up here. Grab it. Yes, yes. The pickup would be... Where is it? Take ownership? I guess take ownership would be where we would want a manager. We're taking ownership of this. Although I don't know if we can do it in here because it's a tool. And then the manager, any call to manager, any kind of singleton in here, since it's a tool, will mess it up. Really, really crummy. Crummy. Just makes things more messy. And I don't like messes. Alright, well that about does it for me today. I really want to get this stuff settled so I can start making more things and more graphics and coming up with a story and stuff you got to do. So that's sort of that's the goal. We got to get this save stuff working first. So with that, we'll see you later, and thanks for joining me today for a little bit of Godot development. Bleeding edge Godot development. What I'm all about here. Until next time, bye.